you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Paul from the Paul and Morgan show on YouTube. They are, in my opinion, a ultra conservative Christian couple, and they make a lot of harmful, in my opinion, statements about the LGBTQIA, about what women should and shouldn't be doing, how relationships should look in Christianity, things like that. And I wanted to go a little bit deep into Paul's social media because he's the main person from this channel I like to rag on. So we're gonna look at this. It's a little bit older of a reel, but let's take a peek. This first reel says, should I be an LGBTQ plus affirming Christian influencer? You don't have to if you don't want to be. Like, you can just like know that in the back of your head and not make it like a part of your brand. I think that would be fine. Like, you don't have to like rebrand to do that. The caption says, the world would love me. Star eyes. I mean, it's 2023. Fundie Christians need to get with the times and stop being outdated. Well, fundie Christians need to realize that since the beginning of time, there have been gay people. I know. It's just that in a lot of cultures and part of society as a whole, we pretend like that's not the case because of people's religions condemn being gay, which is just so nosy and so strange to me, the amount of sexual control that religion likes to have over people. As long as people are two consenting parties, I don't really see what the problem is. It is neutral on a morality scale. And it's also interesting because people who like to sit here and be like, being gay is sin, the Bible says that it's a sin. Okay, and so is lying. And why isn't that such a big topic? Why aren't these fundie people talking about lying? Why isn't all their content about lying and liars and how to stop lying and the problem with lying? Oh, and it's accepted even though it's a sin. If all sin is equal, why aren't they harping about that? Interesting. It's almost just because they're homophobic. It's almost like that is the root cause. And what a weird thing to care about. Other people's sexuality and like other people's like what they want to be called with their pronouns. How does that actually affect your life? It doesn't. You care way too much about other people's personal lives. Like, honestly, genuinely, get a hobby. Turn off your phone, turn off social media, and stop going to churches that are constantly telling you that is wrong and bringing it up, because you need to take some time away and decide if you, outside of all these things telling you it's wrong and it's bad and it's unnatural, if you actually care. If you actually care about what other people do in the boom boom room, who they love, who they find attractive, and how they want to be called or present themselves. Like, you genuinely need to go touch grass for months on end, like endlessly touch grass and find out if you actually care. Because if you do, you really need to go figure that out. You need to go to therapy and figure out why you need to talk about other people's very personal lives this much. If we call out sin, people might get offended. I don't believe in sin anyway, unless it's, well, this is all satire. This, like him saying this is all satire. Unless it's in the sin of judging. Wasn't Jesus only command to accept everyone because we're all going to heaven? At least that's the Jesus I know. For anyone genuinely concerned, this is satire. I think we can tell. Someone says, I mean, we are called to love the sinner, but not the sin. But I can't lie, I got a little concerned midway. Yeah, so if you're called to love the sinner and not the sin, don't you think it's a little weird that y'all are making a big deal about other people's business that doesn't actually affect you? If someone lies to you, I guess that's the example I'm going with for this video. If someone lies to you, that can actually affect you. If someone loves someone of the same sex or gender or whatever, how does that actually affect you? I'll wait. So someone says maybe they're being funny too. I wonder why more people aren't turning to Christianity with such uplifting messages like this. How are reels like this showing the love of Christ? You're pushing the people that need love and need to hear about Jesus completely away. I understand progressive Christianity being absolutely frustrating with how they accept everything worldly, but if I were not a Christian, this would not invite me to be one. And I think that's valid, even if we are going to agree for conversation's sake that being gay is bad. Creepy, but okay. If we're going to agree on that, then I also agree that this is not going to attract anyone to be a Christian. And sometimes, you know, like I do stuff on my channel that people are like, that's not going to make me quit my MLM or whatever. But this isn't really for those people. And maybe that was kind of what Paul was thinking with this, that it was more for the people who are already on his side of Christianity and believe how he believes. And that might just be what that is. But I do think that what he's saying is valid, this commenter, because yeah, this would not make me want to be a Christian either. Kind of proved my point, but all right. I don't see it being unloving. It's not bashing anyone. It's just emphasizing the absurdity of progressive Christianity. Yeah, if you don't condemn all sin and being gay more so than literally everything else, then what are you doing? While excluding an entire group, if I was part of the LGBTQ community, I would totally be turned off to Christianity by this. Our goal is to show them the gospel and love like Jesus, not shun an entire group of people. Jesus loved the gays, guys, and he didn't sit here and harp on the gays 24/7. Kind of worried about other stuff. Exactly. I have friends that feel like there's no place for them because of literally saying they struggle with it, and almost everyone's shutting them. This reel doesn't help. We're also gonna, and he tagged Paul in this, we're gonna pause and say that people aren't really struggling with being gay. Like, that's not like a struggle. Calling it things like that is getting into territory that it doesn't need to go in. When people are struggling with their sexuality, for me anyways, it was being told that that needed to be buried down. There was no possible way when I was drawing a flower and it was actually of a Jim Jam, and I realized that and accepted that and kept going. I was like, it must be in an artsy way, not because I like women like that. That would be gay and that would be bad. That was me struggling to accept that, like, yeah, I am attracted to women and like people of literally intergender because I don't care. Not everyone feels that way, but that's how I feel. And struggling with accepting that was because I was worried about other people accepting me with something that is personal to me. And I made certain people in my family aware of that because it wouldn't be, because they weren't environments that I could just pop up with someone one day who's not a straight cis man and everyone be shocked and confused. And my family's the type of people to call someone my friend when they're clearly a lover, okay? And they will just call them my friend, and I did not want to deal with any of that disrespect. So that's why I like came out to people in my family, because they wouldn't be able to handle something like that, just really caught off guard. I feel so much empathy and love from this post. I think that's got to be sarcasm. Hey there, what is it specifically that makes you despise Christianity? Who said that they despise Christianity? Was that the person that said it? Oh, I don't even know. Someone goes, do you see how Jesus has been hated and crucified for revealing their sin, including the Pharisees? How can we say we know Jesus if we never born again? I'm sorry, sometimes I forget that people actually do believe this stuff. The only way to get into a relationship with the Lord is through repentance, because I'm not going to bother reading that. I'm not going to bother reading that. At the end of the day, you have to tell them to repent in the last days. No, you don't. You could actually, well, I think if people are going to be Christians, and that's all fun and well, I'm going to talk about what you do with it though. Okay? If you're going to be a Christian, lead by example, not by proselytizing where it's not blatantly welcome and asked for. Okay, kind of like consent. Like if it's not enthusiastic, let's keep it to ourselves. Let's pause and reevaluate. Someone goes, I swear people who post things like this have never left their hometowns and met anyone different from themselves. Yeah, people who live in an echo chamber. I am so glad that I have left. I was just someone who moved all the time, and I liked that. Like, I kept that going. Well, I guess technically I'm still doing it. We just moved here. So I like experiencing different people, listening to different viewpoints. And I often, I listen to podcasts of people I largely disagree with, but there are crumbs of things I like. And so I will continue to listen to these people and consume whatever content from people who don't think like me or disagree with me. And I will still pick things that I like from that, and be able to acknowledge there is common ground between us. But people like this, not so like Paul and Morgan, they can't really sit on that middle ground as well as the rest of us can. Why do they only respond to comments that they agree with them? Because Paul is a snowflake, LMAO. Because they can't actually handle controversy. And you know, not everyone can. That is going to be it for this video. I forgot to turn my mic because I am a star YouTuber. Hey, don't take notes from me. If you like this video, give it a little likesy poo. If you have commentary to share with the class, leave that down below. And if you super like this video, share it with your besties. And make sure you are subscribed so you get to see all my videos. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one.